This conference will now be
Hi,
recorded.
this is Kim. Welcome to the MS group today on March 25th. Oh my gosh, we're almost done with March. I can't believe it. We have a couple new people here today, so I'm going to go ahead and just do introductions. My name is Kim. I'm coming from Des Moines, Iowa. I have relapsing remitting, diagnosed in 2012, and currently on. John, do you have sound? Okay, looks like John froze up. So we're going to go ahead to Alyssa. Alyssa, brand new. Welcome. Introduce yourself.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you just great.
Okay, I'm just making sure that my microphone is working. Um, uh, I am Alyssa in Southern California. I have multiple sclerosis and was diagnosed in 2000. I'm 41, and in May it's going to be 25 years.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
welcome. I'm glad you're
Thank
here
you.
today. And
Thank you. And
then
I,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and right now, I was just on Ocrevus,
Hmm.
but it wasn't working very well for me considering that I got COVID twice
Ah.
because of the B cell depletion.
Hmm.
And I'm going to be starting cladribine
Okay. And then we'll get back to you
or
here soon.
Mavenclad.
Oh, Mavenclad. Yep.
Mavenclad, yeah.
All right. Let me finish introductions and we'll come back to you because you're new today. Let's go on to Eric. Eric, welcome, new to the group. Go ahead and introduce yourself,
Hey,
please.
thank you. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of camera trouble, but this is me. I guess you can see me a bit more that way, but I'm gonna give up on this. Yeah, I was diagnosed in 2015, and I'm 50, and I just started Ocrevus 6 months ago. I was on, oh crap, the one with the blue pill. I'm drawing a blank here. I'm brain farting. But whatever. I was on that med for since my diagnosis. Eventually got worse, of course. Now I'm in a motorized wheelchair like Stephen Hawking, basically. So basically, yeah, Ocrevus, I'm about due for my next round of treatment. I got a shingle shot yesterday because they said you have to do that before the immune compromisation. So got that. So my shoulder's really sore from that. But hey, I mean, at least I got that taken care of. Yeah, there's a bunch more. I'm hoping to find someone who can give me pointers and like, hey, this works for me and that kind of stuff.
Okay, great. Glad you're here. And then John, do we have sound?
Hey, do I have anything yet?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead
Oh
and introduce
my gosh.
yourself.
Hello. It's very nice to see you all.
Go ahead and do your introduction. We got everyone else introduced, John.
Oh, okay. I'm John. I'm from Big Rapids, Michigan. I was diagnosed with relapsing remitting MS in August of 2016. I'm currently on Zeposia.
Okay. Does anyone want to go first or have any pressing issues anyone wants to talk about? All right, I guess John wants to go first, so we'll go ahead. Take it away, John.
Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Eric.
Hey.
Hey there.
I just got home from the hospital after a week stay yesterday. So let's talk all about that. A week ago Sunday, a week ago Monday, I fell in the bathroom. On Tuesday, I had a fall in the bathroom. So I went to the hospital in case there's a flare or something going on. Better safe than sorry. Now, while this is going on, I've also been suffering from constipation since the end of February. So we've been in the hospital for that. Not really any recourse from that. Let's go back to last Tuesday when I was admitted to the hospital for a possible MS flare. So I'm in. They're doing tests. I talk to people, just like the usual check-in stuff. And then Wednesday, I was able to see on Thursday, I saw my neurologist over virtual care and we talked and we needed an MRI. But in Big Rapids, they cannot do MRIs with sedation. So the closest hospital for that is an hour away. So I got to ride in the back of an ambulance all the way down. Actually fell asleep, which is nice. But I got down there and sorry, I'm trying to really collect my thoughts. We couldn't get an MRI on Friday, or on Saturday, or on Sunday, or on Monday. I've been going out of my mind in the room. Because I don't have my dogs. I don't have my house. Melissa came down to visit, but at severe detriment to her mental health. She had to quit things that are like some of her professional, like starting up groups, including one that is for the Museum of Sexist Objects or Artifacts. I always forget the last one. So I just said way back from there, and that was kind of her pet present, or not her pet. You know what I mean? It was her big project, especially the writing group for it. So yesterday, I started with my nurse. I said, why am I still here? But Jett's the doctor. 10, 15 minutes later, the doctor comes in. She says, yeah, if we thought that you're on a flare-up, we would have started you on steroids a long time ago. So again, why am I still here? Because we want you to get an MRI with sedation. Said the doctor, I feel like this is something. Sorry, Christy?
I didn't say anything. Sorry, I was just listening.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. So doctor came in and she said the thing about we keep you. Why am I still here? MRI with or without sedation. Can I do outpatient, somewhere closer? She said, yeah, no problem. But let me ask the neurologist. She comes back like 20 minutes later. Neurologist says, we don't think you have a flare-up. We're just trying to get data. Again, can I do this at home? So now I've talked to nurse, doctor, neurologist. The big thing that was holding back was PT-OT visit. They're supposed to come visit on Saturday, and they visited yesterday. So what did I have to do to demonstrate that I'm back to baseline? The exact shit that I can normally do. Sit stands, transfers. I even did a transfer from a walker onto a commode, not for using, but just to see, and then back onto my walker, took a couple steps backwards, got into bed. So again, why am I still here? So I was discharged. Had a little bit of difficulty getting into the car, but that was honestly because you know how you're like your process, your shit, you know what to do and how to do it. It's really hard to do with like two people standing very close to you that just really want to help you out. I should have said, can you guys just back up for a minute? But instead, I had a difficult time getting into the car. Getting out was fine. Transferring, standing, biggest news. I pooped at home last night. It was wonderful. It was like my own little lair. But yesterday, my insurance came to me, like in the hospital. She's like, I don't know why you're still here. Insurance is going to be so pissed of like a 4-day stay in the hospital. So that is what was happening. And while I'm still riding this wave of all this other stuff, I decided to, quote, break up with my mom because she didn't come visit. And honestly, to be more sure, she'd rather go to a koi show than visit her son in the hospital. Okay. There are two people that visit me, my wife and an old friend of mine. And that's fine. I live in Grand Rapids. People have day jobs, all that kind of stuff. My parents have been retired for like 20 years. They could have come up and visit, but they didn't. And so I'm still doing all this stuff. And at that point, I was ready, like, I need to get out of here. I did, got home, saw my psychiatrist last night, told him all about it. I could see him like just getting pissed off about the whole thing. Like, I don't know why they kept you in here. So today, I advocated very, very much from yesterday, which of course, self-advocacy is tough, especially in a setting where you really think that you don't have control. Like I'm in a hospital, like how do I get to make those decisions? So I was glad that I was able to put together a plan and got what I wanted, to see my dogs and my wife, not in the hospital. So that is what has been happening. So I don't know if you can see it, but I've been a human pincushion for the past week. And I want that phlebotomist to go back through training. And I had like a couple bumps and bruises from the fall, which have gone away. So it was difficult, you know? It's always difficult when we fall, right? No matter what, falling just ruins, I know it ruins my whole day. I feel like maybe the rest of you have that going on. And so it sucked. Every night I'd cry myself to sleep because it was this, John, you can't eat after 10 because you might have that tomorrow. And then don't find out until like noon the next day. And I haven't had breakfast. I haven't had any food in like 12 hours. That was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I've already been in the hospital since Tuesday, the one in Big Rapids. They transferred me down to Grand Rapids because it's a better hospital, you know? It's just a better place to get treated. But there were some mix-ups between other stuff and this because I have a kidney stone. And of course, when you have a kidney stone, that throws you way off of, I'm not pooping right or at all. So that was one of the reasons why I went down. Just so much has happened since I've been here. Like, I've been in 3 different hospitals for a total of, let's just call it 12 days, friends, in the last like 3 weeks. When I went, let's go back 2 weeks. I wasn't pooping. They sent me in. They did CAT scans on me, and they found the kidney stone. So they sent me down to Grand Rapids. Again, this was 2 weeks ago, not just this past week. Because they found it, and then the next morning I had surgery. Instead of removing it, they put a stent in to go around it. So I have a stent in, and it helped with peeing and stuff, like pain going away. But still, my flanks hurt. And now let's come up back to today, okay? Sorry for this long transition back and forth. I just want to make sure that I say the things that I want to say. So kidney stone, delineated, defined, we have a program for it, and then I get a message today from my insurance, case manager, those are the words, saying the earliest they can do for surgery is April 10th. And I was like, wait, did you sign me up for it? No. So neurologist I call them, I say, hey, I already have an appointment on the 10th. What is this whole surgery thing? The secretary's like, I don't know. I'm going to transfer you to the nurse. Talk to the nurse. I don't know why this is going on. So I reread the text. It was just the earliest they could get in on the 10th. But you know that panic? You know that why are other people messing up what's going on? And you're like, shit. So I made a lot of phone calls today and set up appointments with my primary care, my urologist, my neurologist, my obstetrician, and also my dentist. So I've been on the phone all day setting up those great appointments. You know what I mean? But still, I felt like I missed 2 weeks of my life, if not more. Today's my mom's birthday, I guess. You know? I'm not going to call her, don't worry. But, it's just been stressful trying to figure stuff out. And honestly, Kim, you know what I can do at home, right? I roll myself around, I can transfer, I can do stuff. I'm back to it. Right back to normal as far as we see it, baseline, which I'm really fortunate for that I didn't lose much of anything in the hospital. Of course, me being me, I charmed all the nurses, all their assistants, all that stuff. Because, you guys know. Or if you don't know, you'll understand soon. But I was defined as a great roller because in my chart it said I cannot roll back and forth. It's like, yeah, I can. And so I was able to do that and make changes a lot easier. I slide down the hospital bed because my torso is heavier than my feet. So I always slide down. And so they said, let's get you up. Put my arms up and just pull myself up to the top. Holy shit, you have a lot of arm strength. Well, I'm in a wheelchair, guys. So yeah, this has been really, really, I didn't like it. Like, so now I have to do a lot more steps to make sure that I don't end up there. And Melissa and I had a lot of really big, important discussion about this, like in the hospital. I'm sorry, Melissa's my wife. Just really big, important things that I need to do. Because I always ask her, is there anything I can do for you? And she said, just take care of your own shit. Fair. So I took care of my shit today. So there we go. That was the hospital stay and the follow-up and everything. I'm really excited to be home. My dogs freaked out when I got here. Freaked out. In like a great way. My Taurus banana, she saw me this morning. She came right over the edge of her enclosure and gave me the face like, feed me. Because I'm usually the one that feeds her. So yeah, I got a good welcome home for my animals. And the transfer out of the car was no big deal. Transfer to the couch last night, not a big deal. I struggled a bit with getting back in my wheelchair yesterday evening, but that was because I did a lot yesterday. But then I got into bed just fine. Everything was good. Got out of bed this morning just fine. Stood up, went to the bathroom, and actually pooped. Like, sometimes you think like you forget how to do that. At least that's how I was. Like, oh, this is normal. This is what this should feel like. And honestly, I haven't felt that way in months. And the doctor said, have you ever not been constipated? It's like, not for a while. So I'm glad that that problem has been taken care of. And now that everything is done with that, Miralax this morning, to make sure I'm taking the right stuff at the right time, doing all the things that I can to make sure that my diet is good, my gastrointestinal is good, MS stuff is okay. There's just like a lot of stuff I have to check off. And the Grand Rapids, Michigan MS walk is on 4/28. So I'm excited to go do that. So there I go. All good.
So did you actually get your MRI with sedation done or not? So,
It can be done when I can schedule it.
okay.
That's it. And like, we've driven to Grand Rapids to get MRIs with contrast before. The problem was when they first tried to do it without sedation, it was to be the 2-hour one, the brain, the skull, the spine, all the stuff. And in a closed, non-sedated way, I can only last maybe half an hour before I freak out. And that was with 2 Ativan. So we're talking, I got to be sedated. So that's my plan. And I sent messages to my primary care and my neurologist saying, hey, I'd like to get some of your thoughts on what had happened. Like, it can be just over the messages. You don't have to call. Just tell me what your opinions are of what happened this weekend. So, there we go.
And then what is your surgery for April 10th? What are they going to do surgery of? Still don't know?
It was going to be okay. The earliest they could get me in for surgery was the 10th, and that's where I had the disconnect. Because when you have an appointment on the same day when they said the earliest they can do for surgery, like, I got that really confused in my MS brain. So the appointment is just a regular checkup to get me prepped for surgery for whenever I schedule it.
Okay, and then what are you getting surgery to do what?
I'm sorry?
What's the surgery for?
Oh, I'm sorry, to remove the 12-millimeter kidney stone from my right.
Okay, so that's to remove the kidney stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they put the shunt and they put the stent in there, but now they actually to go in and actually remove the kidney stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it went from I can't poop to I have a kidney stone, send me home. I still can't poop, go in for possible MS flare, stay down there, and I'm home.
Okay.
So let's go ahead, Kim.
Well, I was just gonna say, of all the craziness that you've experienced the last 2 to 3 weeks, you're doing a hell of a job. I just have to say that. And the fact that you today were very proactive and did all those sucky calls that you have to make to everything was amazing. So applaud for you. Applauding to you for being amazing and being still trying to, and the fact that you didn't lose any of what you have gained through physical therapy and everything is awesome, and all the stuff that you've encountered. So
And
I
I get
hope mentally you're finding your, finding your way. I know that you threw the wrench in there with your mom, which is definitely will
it
make
was
you completely
one it was 100% needed
okay.
because as Kim knows, I've had MS for almost 10 years. Shit. Um, and my parents don't have a ramp on their house yet at all, and they won't put one on, so I'm not welcome. I haven't been welcome for a while. So she's just my birth giver. That's what it's come down to. Now I know that no one here knows this, but I think that some people know that I have a sister, but I have a brother that I haven't seen in 25 years and was kept away from me because of for my dad's first marriage. And when you're the second marriage, Catholicism says you don't do anything from the first marriage. Thank you. Um, so I did not really get to grow up with my brother. The times I got to see him, he's like, I remember this was like I was a kid. He liked to play Dungeons and Dragons and played bass guitar. What does his little brother do? I play Dungeons and Dragons and I play bass guitar. I would have been best friends with my brother. And that was taken away from me. Fuck you, Mom.
So are you reaching out and creating a new relationship with him?
No one knows where he is. And honestly, my dad doesn't care where he is.
Oh. Well, maybe in
I'm,
some of your time you can do a search for him.
I've done that a couple years ago with nothing, to the point where I want to hire someone to find him.
Maybe that's what you do.
But how, let's say I find him and he's alive and everything. I would definitely give him a call or a message or something to say, hey, I'm your little brother. Want to talk? Things would have been so much different if I had a brother. But he was kept away from me because my mom didn't like the reminder that my mom wasn't my dad's first wedding marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is hearsay in my brain, and so I'm just going to put this out here. Dad is married and has a child when he comes home from Vietnam, like already child marriage. Gets home from Vietnam, starts working as an X-ray tech in a hospital, notices the cute little nurse that's coming on, and leaves his wife for my mom. If you just put like dates and times together, and that sucks because my grandparents on my mom's side have always resented my dad. They've always been mean, cruel, to the point of like cruelty. Like, Terry, you don't know anything. You're not blood. But I am. My sister is. My brother is. Sorry, half brother, but still brother. Why don't you listen to what we have to say, because our DNA is still half of his DNA. But yeah, just always rejected my dad. And honestly, a lot of it was religion, because my dad had to get an annulment after like 6 years, and then had to become Catholic and all that. Well, the usual stuff when you try to get married, you have to become Catholic and all that stuff. So I feel like a lot was taken away from me.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a lot to still work through.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Be gentle on yourself, okay?
Yeah, last night was hilarious when I talked to my psych. Like 10 minutes left. And he knows my family history and everything. And I said, you know that I have a brother? He's like, well, I guess I'm going to cancel dinner because I did not know that. He's like, what? I told him about it. And he's like, narcissist, highly confirmed now. Highly, highly confirmed. My grandma said I'll grow MS. I know Kim and Chris, you probably remember my grandma saying that. I will grow out of MS. And she's coming from a place of complete ignorance. But it's still funny to hear that. I don't feel as if my parents acknowledge the MS, even though they're both healthcare workers. My mom retired as a nurse. My dad retired as a CAT scan technician. And my sister is currently a nurse. So I try to tell them stuff, and they don't believe me. Like, hey, if you're relapsing and remitting and you have a relapse, you don't get better from that. Like, you can feel better, but the damage that's done has been done already. So during the conversation on Sunday, I said, I'm in here and everything I lose never comes back. I will always have tingling and numbness in my hand. I will always have slow brain. I will always have this. And you guys don't believe me, so I'm good. But I did send a message to my sister yesterday saying, hey, I'm on the outs. Like, I am out. But I would still like to be your brother. And I would still like to be the uncle to your sons. So let's retreat back to a week ago on Friday. A week ago Saturday. I haven't been in the hospital for any days, just overnight for that surgery. And I said, and this felt really good. My sister's name is Katie. Hey, Katie, would you do your little brother a favor and come over so my wife can get out and like get her hair cut or something? So she doesn't have to worry about me. Oh man, she came over the next day. She cleaned the whole house, did all the dishes, she did laundry, all that stuff. And I wasn't trying to guilt trip her. I was just stating the obvious. Like, I need help. You're my sister. You live 2 hours away. Come on up. Come on up. So I had to force her to come up. And when I was in the hospital, the newest hospital, my parents said, can we get you anything? Like, I want to say, well, I've been here 3 days. Where are my fucking flowers? So then I said, how about you guys give me some nice flowers for in here? Next morning, flowers showed up. After I was transferred, I left the tulips in Big Rapids Hospital because the nurses were so kind there. The card came with a message that said, from our lips to your tulips, which was a really bad attempt at a pun that just sounded weird. Like it just what? It just came out weird. So my friend Becca came and visited on Sunday. She brought some flowers, some playing cards. It was awesome. When she walked in the door, I said, you've now been here to visit me longer than my parents or anyone in my family. And it was a great visit. We laughed, talked about old times. The flowers she got me was like a potted plant of miniature orange roses that I can plant in my garden box this year. Let that bush grow. But still, I had more friends come and see me, message me than my family.
Okay.
When I was in the hospital.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say before we have Christy introduce herself?
By the way, Alyssa and Eric, I'm very open. I'm a very open person. Because sharing is good. You know?
It is.
That's all we need. And I have experience. Why not tell other people about it? So there we go. All right.
Well,
Thanks,
I would
Kim.
love to be able to divulge as you have, but you guys don't know me yet, so I
Yeah.
haven't gotten to that point. I haven't gotten to that point because I like to talk.
Alyssa, we had a girl that came in, and she's like, John, I already know you. I've been watching the videos for 2 years. The lady from Canada, I forget her name right now. Not Carmen, but the other one.
Lois.
Lois! Yes. Or was it Louise?
It could be Louise. Sorry, there's two
Just
people I
Louise.
know. Yeah, it is
It's
Louise.
Louise
Sorry.
Christie.
Lois was another group that's not MS that I
Yeah, so
know.
Louise, like,
We're on
I
the
already
same
know
age.
you guys. I already know you
Louise.
guys. I've been
Sorry,
watching.
Louise.
So yeah, so there we go. Alyssa, again, welcome in. Eric, welcome in. I am talkative and I'm willing to answer any questions and stuff like that. So thanks, Kim. Take it away, whoever. Christy.
Christy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all,
Let
sorry to interrupt. I need to go. I got to make a transfer here. I just
Okay.
can't do this. I got to go. Good luck. We'll see y'all.
See you in a
All right,
couple
bye,
weeks,
Eric.
Eric. Like I said, see you in a couple of weeks. Like, yeah, look, I would really like to talk to that guy. New guys are always good. New people are always good. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm Christy, now residing in Phoenix, Arizona. Diagnosed 23 years ago and currently on Ocrevus. So, John, you talk about this whole hospital situation. I just got out Friday.
You're always in.
I know. And I have another midline because I have to give myself an antibiotic every 8 hours. And I'm on an oral antibiotic on top of that. The this last time I was put in because I had a ridiculously high fever. Yeah. So, and I was there from Friday to Friday. So I was there for 7.5 days. That was fun. So it's definitely not any of my Colorado hospitals for sure. So, but yeah, it was it was interesting to say the least. But like I said, it's definitely not a Colorado hospital like I'd been accustomed to.
How is it
But
different?
just I feel like the compassion level was lackluster. Um, but and anytime that I needed something, it would take them a good half hour before they'd even come to my room. And so it was just a whole bunch of, I felt like a bunch of nonsense of being there.
That sounds really frustrating.
Yeah, it was. It was very frustrating.
Did they figure out what was causing the high fever?
No,
Hmm.
nope. And then I get discharged, and a day and a half later, my fever returns. I've been feeling like crap since. Um, I mean, I don't have a fever. I only had it for just a little bit 2 mornings ago on Sunday morning. And then, like, I haven't had a fever since. Um, but it's just frustrating. I
Yeah,
don't know what's
Did they
causing this.
did they test to make sure the antibiotics are treating what needs to be treated, or they just throw in random antibiotics and see if it does anything?
I think they just threw in random antibiotics. Right now, I'm on, as far as my I guess you could say antibiotic infusion is Zosan, and then my oral is Bactrim. So it's it's just a lot of work for seems like very little payout.
If you're taking Bactrim, it sounds like you have a UTI.
No, I don't.
They ruled out the UTI.
No, but honestly, I've never had one, nor do I have any type of like I don't have any type of like ill feeling in my uterus or anything like that. So I don't know if they're trying to target the wound that's been there for over a year now or
Has it
what.
healed up completely now, or is it still not healed up?
It's still not healed up.
Wow.
Yep. And I have home health care coming in on Mondays and Fridays to do my bandage changes. And then I go see the wound care doctor on Wednesdays, so I'll see him tomorrow. He keeps talking about skin grafts, but we'll see how far that gets.
Hmm.
Chrissy, I'm sorry. I don't know why you had skin grafts, and I apologize for not. If I did know, I'm sorry for forgetting.
Well, no, I haven't had any skin grafts. But he keeps talking about to expedite the healing of the wound. Um, to try skin grafts, stuff like that. But
Okay.
I know that it requires insurance pre-approval, just like everything else our disease needs or requires is pre-approval.
Yeah, I'm getting my Ocrevus infusion, I think 2.5 weeks late because the insurance is, this is the first time I've had this new insurance since my husband switched jobs. And I still don't know how much I'm on the hook for. Because, like, oh, the patient assistance program copay. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I have Medicare as my secondary. I'm not eligible. I don't know why this is hard to understand. I can't do that. Um, so anyway, yeah.
So you can't get the copay assistance through
No.
the
So any type of copay assistance program, it is illegal to use if you have government insurance, i.e., Medicare, Medicaid, or the military insurance TRICARE, because
gotcha.
they don't want, the reasoning is, I believe, is because they don't want to have people coerced to try something because they can go get it cheaper. So that's why. So, but a lot of people in the insurance, people I'm working with don't understand that. Like, they had me try to fill out this paperwork at the bottom. It was one of those like DocuSign things. So you just fill it in, and it said
Right.
on the bottom, I certify I don't have Medicare, Medicaid, or TRICARE. And I email them back. I'm like, I have Medicare. I can't sign this form. What do you want me to do? And so, yeah,
Oh, I did
part
not
of
know
it,
that.
yeah, part of it's educating others because they don't understand. And yeah, so I have to figure out, because where I go to get my transfusion done, they charge $150,000 for the medication Ocrevus, just the
Right,
medication part, not all the other care that goes
right,
along with it. So, but they approved it. They first said it was approved but not covered. I said, what does that mean? And they couldn't explain it to me. And then they sent me a letter that's saying it was approved, but then it has an asterisk behind it. And after the asterisk, it says it does not guarantee payment of these services. I'm like, what does that mean? Can you explain what you're saying? It's approved, but it might not be paid for. I don't understand that. So I need to call them. The infusion center called me today to set up my appointment. I'm like, oh, so yeah. But I'd call the insurance and they got this code that said vendor processing pending. And none of the people that were the customer care people had no clue what that meant. And nobody supervised, no one else would know what that meant in the system. So it was fun times, fun times. It's all about, learning to let go of the things you can't control and, not putting a bunch of energy into something that I have no control over. Just be extra careful because I don't have Ocrevus, so don't be getting myself into a flare or do anything that's going to overdo anything. So just finding my
Kim,
calm. Yes.
I have not had my last Ocrevus infusion
Hmm.
in December. It was December of 2023.
Ah,
And because what it is, how long have you been taking it?
2019.
Okay, so I think you're okay that you're not taking it every 6 months. It stays in your system. The B cell depletion stays depleted, even if you don't get the Ocrevus every 6 months.
I know, Alyssa, they have done tests to see if and I am. It's coming back. The B cells are coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because there's one thing they're like, hey, we want some blood work. I'm like, and then blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can you explain what that is? And like, oh, we're just trying to see if you're bouncing back with the B cell depletion. And the answer was yes.
Okay. I mean, everybody is different because again,
Hmm.
mine is about 3%, 3% regenerated. So I needed to make sure that I'm okay to go on the new medication. But again, I was in a skilled nursing facility for 2 months,
Mhm.
and the way my body reacts to like flu shots and COVID, um, the booster, everybody's different with the fantastic illness.
I know, like what Eric said before he left, like I get my shots the month before I have my infusion, so I'm at the highest level of B cells, so my body can create a response and actually do something to the shots and utilize them versus just not. It'd be worthless for me to get the shot right after Ocrevus
Right.
because there'd be nothing to create a response to create the immunity. So
Yeah, no, I mean, again, when I was in the skilled nursing facility, I ended up taking my RSV, um, and it knocked me out for 5 days. Like, it was bad. But my neurologist and she's been my neurologist for 25 years. And I told her, I said, Dr. Sycott, I'm not taking my flu shot or my COVID booster. I don't need it. I'm in my apartment all the time, alone. Like, really, I'm okay. So I didn't even get them this time. So,
I
but
haven't
again,
had a
everybody's different.
I haven't had a flu shot in I don't know how long.
I
And
actually,
that's my personal choice because I swear every time I get the flu shot, I get deathly ill.
I had allergic
So
reaction to the flu shot in 2011. So, and it was like right away, like within 10 minutes. It was real obvious that it was caused by and I don't know why, because I've had all these other shots, don't have a problem, but I had a reaction. It was when they started you remember when they had the H1N1 shot when that was separate back in the day?
it,
That would have been like '07, '08, something around that time.
Yes.
That's when
in
I
an
started to
H1,
have like weird. I thought I had maybe for like a mild reaction, but then when in 2011 when I took the fluvirin, boom, right away I'm like, so like I tell people I'm not opposed to taking the flu shot, but I had a massive allergic reaction, so
This
no.
disease is just a big question mark.
Yeah, I wonder some things like the medical field. So I developed a peanut allergy like in 2010. And I've
Okay.
never had problems with peanuts ever before. And I kind of wondered if it was due to MS, that there's something that made me really sensitive to. So, because I ate compound chicken and then I started having a reaction.
Kim, you can all of a sudden get like allergic to something that you have all the time randomly. Like my friend can't use mint anymore. She developed a mint allergy in her 30s.
Yeah, and that was weird because I love Reese's peanut butter cups, so those are amazing. But once you have a reaction to food like that, you don't want to like mess with it.
No.
It's just not kind of scary.
I've been allergic to walnuts and pecans my whole life. And one day I was eating a fruit tart and there was a piece of kiwi in it. And I grabbed the kiwi because I always eat the fruit that I like the least first and then go to the fruit I like the most. Well, I ate this piece of kiwi and all of a sudden my lips started tingling and I had an allergic reaction to kiwi. I was in my 30s.
And I've heard sometimes too with food allergies that sometimes if your environmental allergies are really bad that time of year, sometimes you're more sensitive to food than maybe other parts of the year. Oh, Alexa has a kiwi allergy too. Interesting.
So let's
Wow.
not have kiwi together, Alexa.
No kiwi for you guys. Oh, a latex allergy. That makes it really hard because so many things are latex. Um, Especially if you're doing anything in the hospital or surgery or oh my God. That's
I
a
mean,
that's a nightmare right there.
I mean, especially if you have a latex allergy, that you like to eat your kiwis from latex.
That's a good one, John.
I
That
went
was a good one.
a event with my mom that was catered, and they used latex gloves because it was chips, and I didn't know it till afterwards. So even just them picking up the chips and putting them on my plate caused a reaction.
Wow. That would make so can you eat any processed foods?
Yeah. I just because latex and kiwi allergies are very closely related for some reason.
Hmm.
Um, I should be allergic to mango too, but I'm not, and I love mango and I love kiwi, so that was very disappointing. But yeah, I got a kiwi allergy.
Wow.
My mother was allergic to kiwi.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's one of those things that when she passed away, she passed to me.
Yeah.
She passed away when I was 17. So,
Before you knew the kiwi business.
what'd you say?
I said before you knew the kiwi business.
Yeah, I had no idea. Because I never got to eat them because my mom was allergic, so she never brought that fruit into my life. And I was 30. My girlfriend and I were eating, and I ate the kiwi. And then my lips started tingling. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I need some Benadryl." That was that. No kiwi ever again.
Well, the funny thing is I was allergic to blueberries my pretty much my entire life, and then one day a few summers ago, someone had a really good fruit salad out, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just give them a try." It's been years since. Now I'm not. Now I can eat blueberries, no problem. So I had the reverse. So
Um, Melissa, my wife, is allergic to any stone fruit because it's the pollen of it, and then if she cooks it, she can. So she can't have apples unless they're cooked. Peaches, pears, anything with like a stone fruit in the middle. It's just a weird thing, but it's not like she suddenly developed that. It's always been her whole life.
hmm,
It's kind of like the whole, like when you cook with alcohol, you burn it off when you cook it. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the pollen from the original fruit, from the original flower, whatever you want to say. Um, but yeah, if it's cooked, it's weird. Like if it's cooked, she's fine, but still, it's weird. So we eat a lot of apple pies.
Yeah, I just
Hey,
remember
I can roll with that.
my childhood, like people hardly ever had any type of food allergies, and it seems like it's really taken off now with allergies. Um, with people.
yeah, when people will blame it on like vaccinations and stuff like that. We were all vaccinated as kids. We turned out fine.
It could be just in general the other like our environment, what we're exposed to, all the different, chemicals we're exposed to eating. It could be a variety of things. You think of all the different chemicals that have been
Yeah,
introduced in the past 30, 40 years.
yeah. I recently have fallen down the rabbit hole of why plastics are not good for you, why polyester is not good for you, why nonstick pans aren't good for you. I am like, good God, if I would have known all this stuff, I would have never purchased any of that stuff. But yeah, falling down that rabbit hole kind of scared me a little. And that was thanks to my friend. So,
So did
Yeah.
anyone have anything else they wanted to talk about today at all?
One little thing. Um, I've lost enough weight to qualify for a new chair.
Wow, that's
Because
awesome, John.
you know how we get a new chair every 5 years?
Yes.
Well, unless you lose a certain amount of weight. So in the last 18 months, I've lost 130 pounds, which means that I qualify,
Wow.
right? I was going to say Ozempic has worked very well for me. We use it as a diabetes stabilizer, but the side effect of losing weight has been very good, along with increased movement and diet and exercise and all that stuff. But man, sometimes I look in the mirror, I don't recognize myself. At first, I thought it was like an MS thing, because when you first get MS, one of the signs is like rapid weight loss, right? Or one of the things that could be rapid weight loss. But yeah,
How do you feel in general, just being 130 pounds lighter?
I'm still fat. I don't bleed my body at all. Smaller clothes, but yeah, I'm still in my old body. Like sometimes I'll look at my wrist and I like forearm and be like, these aren't mine. Or my legs, this isn't mine. So I'm trying to do better at like bringing that into my space.
Is it easier to do transfers and things and to,
Yeah,
I'm,
I do
I'm
transfer.
assuming with that, having 130 pounds less of weight would make it a lot easier to move around and get in and out of your chair and
It has been, with my wheelchair now, using it like it is easier because I do like workouts all the time in my chair to try to continue to get stronger. Like standing like this on my chair, doing some reps, that kind of stuff. Just while I'm sitting here. Um, PT OT is coming to my house to do in-home care. I'm really going to follow that plan, and not just for losing weight, but just getting stronger again. We're getting stronger and using this lost weight to my very big advantage. And just keep working on my arms, working on standing. I can take maybe 10 steps on a really good day with my walker. I would like to increase that a lot because my wheelchair gives me great portability, or individual, the word, but being able to stand up with a walker and walk would be great. I have an upright walker. An upright walker would be perfect right now if I could use it. Do you guys know what an upright walker is?
where you're
So
like
Yeah.
standing straight up, you're not hunching over.
yeah, instead of the walker handles, they're up by my wrists. So you put your wrists in, and your brakes are right here, and you're standing up in front of a walker. Insurance did not cover it because it was a new DME, and they didn't have a code number for it. So we had to buy ours out of pocket. It was like $900, which I mean, whatever. But yeah, an upright walker. I want to get back to that. Her name was Edna. I'd like to get Edna back out.
That's a great goal. I love it.
I want to get Edna out of the basement. And don't get me wrong, I love my wheelchair. It's orange, it's fast, but I want to try to get back out as
Re-
much as I can.
Recovering from my back surgery, I bought a walker online. It was someone else at the gym had it, and it was perfect for me. It was worth the 210 bucks I paid for it because when I used that walker, it would put my back, everything in perfect alignment. It wasn't one where you like hunch over. I stood up straight, and man, I could just walk and do rehab with all that walking. In the my surgery was made the end of May, so in the middle of summer in Iowa, you have to go to the malls because that's where you can go. That's air conditioned and has lots of flats.
Alyssa,
I
it
had
looks like
seen so much mall
yeah, so much
last summer. I haven't been to malls in years. And
like you're
oh my gosh.
going from the buckle to like what's the place that in the back like Spencer's, walking past Spencer's, Hot Topic, all that stuff. Alyssa, you looked like you were really interested in the upright walker. Like it looked like your wheels were turning about that.
It was.
Do you
It
have
definitely was.
do you have a website you could put a link into the chat
Yeah,
box,
yeah,
John?
yeah, absolutely.
No, that does definitely sound, interesting, especially because I have a rollator. and I work to make sure that I'm standing up straight when I do my walking with my PT and my caregiver. My OT and I, we don't go walking, but my caregiver and I walk, and my PT and I walk. But that would be awesome.
Yeah, no problem. I don't remember what model I have, but I will just give you like what they look like and how to use them. So I'm just going to
I
send you. Sorry, go ahead.
I have your number now. I can call you, and then
Oh
you
yeah,
can text it to me.
no problem. No problem. Sounds good, Alyssa.
Okay.
Like when I found out about it, I was like, wait. And the last
You
time
can
that I
still
used
put
it,
it in the chat, John, because they
yeah,
might
yeah,
put a link in there for the video they upload later to YouTube.
I will, no problem. Um, but it was like I was up and walking for like a couple 100 feet. No problem.
That would be awesome.
I'm all about technology making life easier.
It is almost kind of mind blowing. I do in fact believe in Joe Henry. I believe in Joe Henry too.
I don't know who Joe Hendry is.
Either way, I posted that link, and Alyssa,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
send you one too. And
Okay.
Alyssa, I'm glad you're here today.
Well, thank you. I have not been a part of a support group since I was the co-founder of one,
Oh,
and it's been forever.
Alyssa, I'm actually looking at starting a group in my home city for people with like autoimmune kind of things. But I tried MS and it didn't catch any traction. My
Okay.
town is 10,000 people, but I think I want to turn over to like disability from chronic illness and try to start that up. So I'm going to be leaning in on you a little bit, Alyssa, just asking like, how'd you get started and stuff like that.
Wait, I'm sorry. I lost you. I didn't understand what you said.
Oh, let me wet my whistle.
Please.
I was looking to start a support group here in my hometown. My hometown is very small, but the area has a lot of people. So I put a message on Ask Big Rapids in case anyone with MS interested in starting a group in town. So I'm no traction. No one got in touch with me. So I'm thinking about just turning it into a support group for people with neurologic problems. And so I said, I'm going to lean on you because you started the group. I was looking for some advice and some help. So
Okay, gosh, this was forever ago. I was also lucky because it was me. I was the co-founder, and the girl that I had started it with was she created I don't know if you've heard of the Youth Against Multiple Sclerosis, the YAMS.
wow, I've heard of it, and wow.
Well, she had a master's. She got her master's in MFT. She had an MFT. I was in grad school. I got mine. I was starting in social work, but MS came in and I got kicked out of that program. I will get into that another time. But I have an MA in interdisciplinary studies with an emphasis in social work. So, like, she was more the therapist, I was more the resource queen, and it was for people 25 and under. And because of the stuff that she did with the yams, and my uncle's also an actor, and he helped a little bit because of his pretty face. I was able to talk to the California chapter of the MS Society, and they got me kind of a list of people to join.
Okay.
But that was like back in 2008, 2009.
I was going to ask you, are you going to restart another group locally, or what are you thinking?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if I have the bandwidth right now.
Sure.
Health wise, I've been dealing with it.
I
Yeah.
I tend to do better health wise when my mental health is on track. And something I really like is having projects to do that will also help other people.
Right, and that's exactly why I'm actually joining the group, because I'm like, I've been kind of depressed. I've been kind of down, and my aunt who lives in Manhattan is like, Alyssa, get in a group, get in a group, get in a group, and I'm like, okay, Taunt, I will, I will, I will. And actually, the AnCan Foundation website came across my computer, and that's how I found you guys. And I'm actually really looking forward to the other group that is for people 45 years and younger, because that is exactly what I had done. So a lot of those people may have actually been in my old group.
Yeah, I don't know. Alexa, has Hannah started that up yet? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, the under 45?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing it this week.
Woo!
Yeah, it's on
When is it?
Thursday at Thursday.
Yes.
Is
I'm
this the
very
first
good at
time
making my
or?
Yeah, this is the first meeting. Yeah.
Yay! Well, I won't go to that because you said it's 45 and under or under 45.
You can come. You can come.
Rick has told me, John, you're 45 right now, but we need you in that group.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, so I want to say that like 45 is kind of a suggestion.
Yeah.
Also, for example, like since I'm in the AYA cancer community, we call people alumni, and they're still allowed to join as long as you were like diagnosed between a certain time. Like you carry that experience and you know what it's like to have that. So Kim and John are absolutely welcome.
High fives for getting that started and for everyone that's going to go.
I'm excited that that's gonna get up and running. Yeah, they originally wanted me to moderate. I'm like, no, I do not fall. He's like, well, you're under 40. Like, no, I'm 45. I'm not. No, I'm not the age. Hannah's 10 years younger than me, so it's
Moderator
better.
emeritus.
I'm sorry, I missed what time it is on Thursday.
So it's going to be at I think at 6:30.
It's 7:30 Eastern.
7:30
Okay,
Eastern.
7:30 Eastern.
Thank you.
And you're in Colorado, so you're on Mountain Time, so it is at 6:30 your time.
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, you're in Michigan.
Yeah, where are you, Alyssa?
I'm in California, so I'm on the Pacific time, 4:30.
Thank you again. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so we will send out an email on our MS like email reminders. So if you get an MS email reminder, you're going to get one for that too.
So are they doing a twice a month or just once a month? Or
No, we're just starting once a month.
Does anyone know when the writing group is? I'm super interested. I just couldn't make it last.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
John. You need to check it out. We have a strong MS presence in that group.
Yeah, it's like a gang. It's like a subset of the group.
Yeah, it's let's see, the second Thursday of the month, and then I think it would be 6 p.m. Eastern time. Is that correct, Alexa?
Yes, it's 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
We did that
and
group earlier.
this writing assignment for next month is write about a childhood experience.
Yes.
Mine's already done. I did mine right after the workshop. How about you, Alexa? Did you get yours done?
No, I have not, but it can be positive, negative, whatever you feel like. And we also do a writing prompt during the class as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be approximately like one page.
Yeah.
Alyssa, we're going to see each other in so many groups.
Hey, I'm down. Like I need to be extroverted like I really am. Being stuck in my apartment is not normal for me.
It's not good. Yeah.
It's not normal for me. I am a big extrovert. I mean, I love speaking. I've actually, believe it or not, in 2007, I don't know if you guys remember or even know, there was a public service announcement for the MS Society.
I would have tuned that out and not thinking about it that long
I
ago.
wasn't even diagnosed back then, so I wasn't even. No, I
Okay,
didn't
I'm
see
gonna have to.
anything back then.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
have. Hey, it's okay. I'm gonna have to find it and give it to you guys.
you're gonna have to dig it up.
Well, yeah, I can go on YouTube. Join. It's called Join the Movement, and I was in that. I have spoken for my neurologist, who is one of the top neurologists in the country. I love getting up and speaking. I was a patient advocate when I took Gilenya. So I again have been down this road for 25 years. I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, and a great doctor that is like a family. Like it's my family.
Alyssa,
Yes.
I was a patient ambassador for Zeposia.
Really?
Yeah, so we have kind of the same stuff there. Oh my God, we should never meet. We should never talk because no one else will get a word in edgewise.
No, never. We need to have our own group without everybody else. Sorry, guys.
Put
Sorry,
you guys on a time limit. You're like, okay, the next 10 minutes are yours. Get everything out you need.
but Alyssa, to tell you how big of an extrovert I am, I was the MC for a burlesque troupe for 5 years. I've been in bands that have played in front of a lot of people. I was not the lead singer of the band, but I was the front man of the band. So I am extrovert just like you.
How about this one? I was in the Vagina Monologues in 2007 when I was at Cal State Northridge.
Wow.
I was an MC, so I was throughout the whole thing.
Do you miss that as much as I do? Yeah.
So much. I miss acting so bad.
People told me I should be a game show host because I just like being around people and talking. Like, well, when Drew Carey retires.
People say I should be a comedian because I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, like a friend of mine said, you need a tight 5. Can you give me a tight 5? I gave him a tight 7. He's like, I said a tight 5.
Maybe you need to start an entertainer group, Alexa.
Well, okay. So one of the things I have wanted to do at AnCan since I came here 5 years ago is I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Jackbox games.
I have.
Okay. Okay. So what I have wanted to do is have like an AnCan game night, and I think John would be like a very good like MC host for that.
That would be
LFG.
awesome.
Make it
Let's
happen.
fucking go.
Make it
So
happen.
I might can tell Rick today, like, hey, we might can revive this idea again. That could be really fun. And now we have like a Zoom room where we can make that happen. And yeah, so if you don't know what Jackbox games are, so they're games that you can just join in on your phone, and you can use your phone as like the remote control or a tablet, and we can put something up on the screen and then everyone can play and we can have fun. And I told Rick, I'm like, I would really love to do this because I've seen other kind of communities do it, and we just didn't have like a lot of interest or stuff like that. So yeah, I would really like to do that sometime.
Alexa, just as a side note, I've been a streamer. I'm an affiliate on Twitch because I streamed. You know what I
Yeah.
streamed? Marbles on Steam. It was just a marble race. It had nothing to do with, there's no winning, no losing. It's just a marble race. I'd have people show up. Or I would color. People would show up, I'd talk about what I'm coloring. And I have many followers. So
Well, that's cool.
I am all for that, Alexa. All for that. Tell Rick
Okay.
I'm there for it.
Okay. Well, that would be really cool. So you're saying that you would sign up to be our host?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That seems like something I'm very interested in. And honestly, sounds fun.
Yes.
It
Yes.
sounds fun.
So is everything already designed, or then does someone actually have to come up with the questions, or do you guys
No,
play with dirt?
everything is already done.
Okay, so you just pretty much just have to set it up and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Download the app on your phone and you're good to go.
probably when I talk to Rick today, I will let him know, and I'll also maybe ask in some of our other groups, like, can we do a game night?
Yeah, because that'd be open to all the groups, it sounds like.
Yes,
That
everybody. Yeah.
it'd be open to everybody. Yeah.
Oh, I am so effing down with this. You don't even know how down I am for this. Alyssa, it looks like you're down for this too.
No, you have no idea. I want friends. I'd like to be able to make new friends.
Same. I need more community, and I love this, but I want some more community, both face to face and also on AnCan, because this place has changed me so much for the better.
Have you ever tried, John, the Hannah's art classes at all? That's also another
No,
fun place to go.
I've been trying to get into, but it's always on a night where I can't.
Yeah, it's usually Thursday
Yeah,
evening.
Thursdays. Yeah.
Where
It
are
looks
you
like our
guys
Thursdays are-
located?
Sorry?
Where are you guys located?
Like
I'm in
AnCan
Iowa.
or everyone else?
Wait, say it again.
Like AnCan or everybody else?
AnCan.
We are everywhere. As our comedian Kenneth Mason says, it makes it easier for the government not to be able to shut us down.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no. We just yes, it's a great joke. I love it. He's like, it just is easier that way. When he tells people like, where's AnCan? He's like, oh, it's just we're everywhere. Technically, we're based out of Tumacacori, Arizona. That's where Rick lives.
Okay.
I'm in East Texas, but we are all in like every time zone, and we serve people internationally. So
Sometimes
Okay.
there's a larger contingent of Michigan people, because they're like,
very
For the
much
MS
so.
group. For the
For the
MS
yes,
MS
group.
group.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It started. Go ahead.
I would say like we're a crew. You know what I mean? We start the MS crew in the game night. Tim, I'm sorry, I'm so excited.
Well, yeah, Alexa really changed your mood from the beginning of the meeting to now to having something to look forward to. But no, AnCan originally started out as a cancer support group and then just continued branching
Yeah.
out a little. So
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I was so like I don't want to join the MS Society group because when I called and spoke to the person that was in charge of the group in the LA office, she wasn't very helpful.
hmm.
And I was like, nah. But this is awesome because then I can stay in my house and do my support group and make friends and eventually maybe get out of my house.
Alyssa, how
Yeah.
much Fortnite do you play?
I'm sorry?
How much Fortnite do you play?
None.
Okay.
He wants to know if you want to learn.
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No.
This is one of those things where like, hey, let's hang out this afternoon and play Fortnite.
Yeah, no, that's not my thing. But thank you. I mean, talk to me about any other sport and I'm down, but not Fortnite. I used to be a big athlete too.
What did you
What
play?
Yeah.
I started on varsity softball as a freshman in high school, and
Nice.
I played basketball also. Then my junior year of high school, I tore my shoulder in a basketball game and was diagnosed with MS that same year.
Yay.
And then I lost my mom my senior year of high school. And I haven't been able to really play ever since I was diagnosed or since I tore my shoulder. But I have a whole family of athletes, a bunch of football players in college. A bunch of them played in college. So it's just in my blood.
Alyssa, something that I often say here, so don't take offense. I'm not trying to deny you anything, but Alyssa, I'm sorry, but that fucking sucks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, it does, especially because I have a whole family of boys that I used to go and I could, go and play with the rest of them. But then I stopped being able to play. So it's like, Alyssa, what are we going to do with you? I'm like, I don't know. I'll be in the stands.
Right.
But you can
Which is
take the
not where you,
athlete. It's not where I want to be. No, because you can take the athlete out of the game, but you can't take the game out of the athlete.
no.
Have you tried anything in the water at all, like a pool?
I have tried that, but the problem is that at CSUN, actually, they have what's called the Brown Center, which is adaptive exercise. So I would get, when I was in school there, I got to go for 1 unit and not have to pay. And the pools are too hot.
Ah,
Well, we want to make
So,
sure. Sorry, go ahead.
no, what are you going to say?
I was gonna say, yeah, we have to keep it hot so that like it's better for people's muscles. I hate sweating when
Right.
I'm in a pool.
But no, not for MS.
yeah. Usually, I have to go into the lap pool because the exercise pool recently has been like 90 and above, which too hot. But the other one, the lap pool is closer to like 81 or 85 degrees, so it's not.
See, and now 81 or 80 is probably too hot for me right now.
Wow.
I've become so temperature sensitive ever since I did chemotherapy for 3 months.
Why'd you do chemotherapy? You've done everything, man.
I was on Tysabri, and this was back in 2008 or 2007. All 2007 to 2009. I had to go off of it because I've been on it for 3 years, and that was the shelf life. So I went off of it and was taking a break. Within that break, I ended up going numb from the waist down.
So, have you taken anything since you stopped the Ocrevus back in 23?
No.
And then were you planning on going on Mavenclad, you said?
Yes. Is that a bad thing?
No, I was just asking.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say no, don't do that.
No, I was just curious.
Well,
So,
no, what it is too is that with Mavenclad, I would be on it for a year, because once you're on Mavenclad, you can't take anything else for a year.
right.
Oh,
And then there's another medication that's in the pipe that should be here within 5 months, hopefully, depending on the administration. We're hoping in 5 months it'll be available. So then I'll do the year of Mavenclad, and then I'll go on the new medication.
okay.
See, I told you, I've got the ins with one of the top doctors in the country.
My neurologist established Grand Rapids it's a busy city. The MS clinic there.
Okay.
So she started doing all of the work and getting through it. So yeah, like I have her ear and she gets shit done.
They probably know my neurologist as well, Dr. Nancy Sykott.
I've never heard of her, but that's awesome.
I mean, I'm sure that she knows the people in Grand Rapids.
Yeah. Denita Banderkati, which is the most Grand Rapids, Michigan name I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Very Dutch.
Okay. It is. You're right. I should have known that because I am Dutch.
Has a lot of D's and K's in it.
Okay, got it. But I have a lot of knowledge with the MS too. Simply because I lived it.
I am so glad that you're here. You have so much experience. And it looks like you're just willing to share it, and we're gonna ask questions.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. I like to answer questions.
So have you had a dose of the Mavenclad yet? Or are you just waiting for your first
No,
dose?
not yet. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting.
Wow. Does it always feel like we're always on hold for something? Aren't we always waiting for something medical?
Always, but
Always.
it would never be any other way, right?
Right. Right.
I was frustrated when they approved the Ocrevus for me. They only approved one dose. So we have to go through the entire prior authorization thing in less than 6 months.
Again?
Yeah, because they only approved it for one dose. Usually they approve it for like 2 years or something.
Right.
Nope, they just approved it for the one dose.
That's really weird.
I thought so too.
I'm not a doctor. I don't prescribe medicine. But that seems stupid.
I don't think they wanted me on it. I think they wanted to switch me, but the doctor's office was like, no, she's been stable on it. So no, we're not switching it. So I don't know. But it's just, so yeah. I've never seen it where it's been less than a year or 2 years, just one dose. So you have to go through this whole rigmarole again in less than 6 months.
Because it's 6 months. They
Yeah.
figured that's fine. They figure it'll be fine.
Oh, Alyssa, I'm going to blow up your phone this afternoon, and I'm not sorry about it. I'm not sorry about it at all.
Okay. I
Did
like
you
that.
did you get her number, John?
Yeah, I do. We've texted.
All right.
I haven't texted you yet. I tried calling you, but just so you had my number.
Yeah. I texted back saying I have your number now. Thanks for reaching out.
Really? Oh,
Are
yes, you did.
Okay, cool.
No, wait. Okay, yeah. By the way, I put the video, the PSA that I was in.
I saw that. I'm so excited.
I still look the same. I don't look like I'm over 36, maybe 35. I'm gonna be 42 in August. Got good genes.
I went back to school at age 34, and everyone in my classmates were like, dude, you're like 24. You're just like an old college student. I'm like, I am an old college student.
Yeah, I went from BA to MA, bam bam.
I took a gap decade.
So what was your undergrad in? Social work then,
So
Alyssa?
sociology.
Oh, sociology. Okay.
What it was is that I was a part of the Department of Rehabilitation, and they offered to pay for me to go to grad school. And at that time, I was like, great, I can take my student loans and live off of them and not have to work while I'm in grad school. Well, what happened was I was in my second year and my concentration year, and I ended up falling asleep in a session with a client because of my fatigue. But I mean, I know that there should have been more legal issue, but I wasn't in grad school because I wanted to go to grad school. I wanted to be able to make money for free.
Yes.
And I ended up being told that if I wanted to finish the program, I could, but I would not be able to get a master's at all. Because I'd get an F in my field class. Or I could go to another school altogether to finish my MSW. I was in my concentration year. I had everything ready for my capstone. I wasn't going to go and pay money to go to another school. Or they're like, you could get your interdisciplinary degree. And I'm like, okay, so it's social work and sociology is what my degree is. But I did finish my what's now a case study, not a capstone, about young peer support for young adults with multiple sclerosis.
Were you able to get your loans discharged?
Oh yeah, because I have a permanent disability.
John, have we talked about that now since you got on Social Security? Have you looked into that?
Nope,
You need to
not
start
yet.
looking into that.
One thing I can tell you, Kim, because we've talked about it before, is that my wife is in primary insurance and Medicare is my secondary insurance.
Right.
And the judge backdated my disability far enough back that the 2 years wait was like alleviated right away. So I don't have to wait to get on Medicare.
Right, but I'm talking about your loans, student
Oh,
loans.
shoot, sorry. Yeah, I got to get that together. We'll talk
Yeah.
more sometime, Kim.
Yeah, you need to, because I don't know if you have to wait so many years from when the back date started. It might be 5 years, but there's a form that you need. Did you figure out if your medical reviews every how many years? You need to look at that form.
From what I've seen, since I was granted 3 years of disability, I might have to see them in 2 years rather than 5 years. That's what I can glean from the information, and we've done
Because
exactly what you said. Sorry.
the first piece of paper, the first one, it'll say how frequent your medical review is.
Okay. Well, then I'll look that up.
Yeah, look it up and but then you need to start looking at if it's 5 years or more, or 5 years, then they will automatically, in theory, discharge your loans. But if it's less than 5 years, then you have to have your doctor fill out their paperwork and submit it.
My doctors do my bidding.
Yes, exactly. So, but I don't know. My question for you, John, is I don't
Yes.
know if you can get the paperwork done right away or you have to wait a certain period of time before you can submit it. That's what you need to do the research on. And once they send the paperwork in, they'll discharge your loans, but then you're on a 3-year probation, and where you can't like make so much money or take out new student loans.
Yeah, like I can't go back and get my PhD right now.
Right.
Alyssa, I was offered a fully funded PhD, but I did not take it because of MS. I wanted to move home.
Why?
Why was I offered one, or why didn't I take it?
Why didn't you take it?
Because I was 40 at the time. The degree would have taken me out of what I wanted to do. I'm a geologist, and so I just didn't want to be, quote unquote, a professor. I wanted to get out in the field.
What are you now? 41?
I'm 45, almost 46.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish that I knew what I know now in terms of being a therapist, because I wanted to be a licensed clinical social worker because I wanted to be a therapist. But again, like when I was young, I was super young when I was finishing grad school. I finished in 2011. So as I've been doing my own therapy and have been talking to people and just my life experiences, I'm like, I wish that I could have gone back to school to get my clinical license. And then maybe I would not be able to not have to live off of my SSDI.
So, what prevents you from going back to school to do that? Like, what do you feel like you can't do it? I mean, walk me through it.
I'm not physically able to do that anymore. I feel like I need to be in a classroom.
Yes.
I don't do well doing online learning at all because I'm the kind of person that sits in the front of class and is always asking questions. I'm serious. I got a 3.6 in grad school. I never cracked open my books at all.
No. Why would you?
I just knew the right questions to ask and would basically have people answer the questions, which helped me. But I just don't have the bandwidth right now to put into going back to school.
Alyssa, the same way, I wasn't feeling well enough to continue. And also, I live 2 hours away from my school.
Am I remembering this correctly? Does the MS Society have like ambassadors that kind of do that? Not officially though, like they don't have like a degree in, therapy or social work, but it's like a peer-to-peer thing. Am I remembering this correctly?
I don't necessarily know. I have not necessarily been in the MS Society lately because okay, Tom Sherrick, who was a big donor to the MS Society, he passed away, and there were just some things that I did not appreciate with how the MS Society changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still just like, meh. I don't really want to be a part of the California chapter right now. And I'm not moving out of California.
Alyssa, did we just become best friends?
I don't know. You tell me.
I was thinking of that quote. I've been thinking that the whole time.
You want to go do karate in
the Step Brothers thing in the movie? Step Brothers.
Oh, I did. I reckon now. I know what that's from.
But yeah,
We can be besties.
Well, you all can stay on as long as you want to. I have to go do some things this afternoon for my mom.
Yeah, Kim, I can stay on.
Okay, I don't know if you wanted me to stop the recording, and then you guys can just hang out for the rest of the day and hang out.
We can do that. We can do that.
All right, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to, and you can unrecord it or stop recording then.